we have to talk about what we're going to do with that clerk position we talked about with Lydia's position. So that'll have to happen in closed session. We can just do it then.
Okay. We should be live here in just a moment.
Okay.
We are live.
Very good. Did you get that at Goodwill, Hayden?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got the Steeler logo on it.
You're a Redskins fan?
No, just not the Steelers.
Come on now, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with who?
The Steelers.
How much time you have? How much time you have?
And we got a good quarterback in there now.
That's true. You do. I gave him to you. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It's not awesome, but it's good because now I'll make Rudolph come up for the rest of the season. You're old,
That's all right.
Pittsburgh,
That's all right.
you know, it's, who do you like?
Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Want Aaron back?
No, that's good. All right, this meeting of the City of Frostburg is now called to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment.
We are thankful for this special community, for the time we share together, and the bounty of our nation. We are thankful for the commitment of our people who volunteer their time and talents to make our community a better place to live, work, and raise a family. We know that we alone cannot meet the challenges to provide sufficient inspiration without community involvement and the dedication of all concerned to the greater good of the city and all who reside in it. We are thankful for the beauty, the time, and the place that is Frostburg. Amen.
Mr. O'Brien will now call the roll.
Mayor Lovestead.
Present.
Commissioner Carter mentioned he would be late. Commissioner Forsythe.
Here.
Commissioner Grove.
Here.
Commissioner Ritchie.
Here. Okay, call the roll is complete. We'll have now approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion.
I move we approve the agenda. Sorry.
Second. Duly moved and seconded to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Agenda is approved. Call now on the minutes of October 21st.
I move we approve the minutes of October 2025.
Second. Duly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the October 21st Mayor and Council meeting. Any further discussion or comment on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Minutes are approved. Moving on now to special presentation.
Especially with Tess, as you will find out here in a second. But in June, I will compete at National Volunteer America, and I was crowned Miss Maryland Volunteer in August. So something special about our organization. Forget me not, and it's in honor of Alzheimer's and dementia patients. So what I'm most proud of is the fact that I have fundraised for slip-on tap shoes for Alzheimer's and dementia patients. So as Miss Frostburg volunteer and Miss Maryland volunteer, I've gone into nursing homes and the residents actually tap dance with me. So they learn shuffle ball change, some flaps, and it's a really good time. And to further that initiative, I now am taking baby dolls across the state for the Alzheimer's units as well. So in case you're interested and want to maybe stay tuned for what we're doing, Tess and I will be in Orlando for evening gown shopping and headshots and some service opportunities in December. And to kickstart our workshop weekend, we're going to be in New York City to see the Rockettes. So we have a lot of fun things happening. I know myself, I've visited 15 counties since being crowned in August, and I've completed over 60 appearances, and I've driven over 7,000 miles. So we are all over the place, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm really proud to do it with Tess. So thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Absolutely.
Hi, good evening everyone. Like Rebecca said, my name is Tess Bond. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm a little bit congested this evening. We are super grateful to be here. A fun fact about me is that my grandfather, Arthur Bond, was the mayor a few years ago in this town. So It feels super surreal and super great to be here and present this to you guys. But my SERV initiative is called Project It's So Fluffy. It's all about animal abuse awareness and education and prevention, specifically in young children. So I go across the state into animal shelters. I make donations all the time. I host animal shelter drives. But my favorite thing to do, which I got to do today, this morning at Bell Elementary, is to teach our younger generations. I believe that education leads to prevention, and I got to actually present my book that I authored myself. It's called Lily's Big Journey, and I got to do that for the first time today at Bell Elementary with some of our younger students. So that was really amazing. I know Rebecca mentioned how many miles she's traveled. I'm a little bit behind. I'm still a high school student, so my schedule is a little bit less flexible, but I'm proud to say I've completed over 40 appearances, over 100 hours of community service, and I've traveled over 5,000 miles across this state. So we are really grateful to be here and, of course, represent Frostburg before we represented this state as well.
Well, certainly on behalf of all the citizens of this town, we're proud to have you not only as natives to represent us, before you achieve the state title at the local level, but representing us going forward. So very quickly, because I know, Rebecca, you have to get someplace, I'll just read the certificates that we presented earlier. Certificate of recognition. In honor of your exceptional achievement of being crowned Ms. Maryland Volunteer and Teen Volunteer for 2026, and in recognition of your outstanding representation of the city of Frostburg with dignity, integrity, and pride, the Mayor and City Council commend your dedication to public service and applaud your SERV initiative. For Rebecca, of course, it's Forget Me Not, which brings vital awareness and support to those affected by Alzheimer's and dementia. And for Tess, your SERV initiative, Project It's So Fluffy, focusing on ending animal abuse through education and involvement. For both of you, your commitment to advocacy and community engagement reflects the very best of our city. Your accomplishments inspire others to lead with compassion, purpose, and civic responsibility. Frostburg is proud to recognize you as an ambassador of excellence for our community and to the state of Maryland. Now, therefore, let it be known that Mayor and Council of the City of Frostburg do hereby extend sincere congratulations to Rebecca West and Tess Bond on this 18th day of November. And speaking just personally, having known these ladies for a number of years now, having taught both of them in my day job at Mountain Ridge High School, I can attest to the character that they bring to everything that they do in their lives, not just here. We're very proud to have them as citizens of our town. So thank you, ladies, both.
Thank you.
Do you wear the crowns when you dance and do the animal shelter thing?
Yes. Oh, the residents love it. We have such a good time. Tess, actually, my first appearance as Miss Maryland, did the tap dancing lesson with me, and Tess busted out a few moves and showed them a dance routine. We have a great time. And fun fact, whenever I heard Tess read her story today while I was at my internship, I was holding back tears because my name was in the book and I didn't even know it. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, both for coming. We certainly appreciate you. All right, moving on then, we will have item 8 on the agenda is department reports, city department reports. I'll call first on community development, Mr. Klink.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have for you the October 2025 Community Development Report. We received 9 permit applications in October, which is down a little bit from what it had been. However, 2 of those permits were for a little larger projects. They were for 2 brand new single-family homes. We had a permit for a new garage, 2 new residential use and occupancies were issued. And also a commercial use and occupancy permit was issued for the Dixie Doos Hair Salon, which is out on West Main Street out by the ice cream, Tasty Freeze. In October, we had 6 new code enforcement cases opened. 5 of those cases were issued warning notices, and 1 case did not require any further action. Our in-house rental housing inspector, he completed 73 rental unit inspections in October, which is a tremendous amount based on what we had been doing. And of those 73, 16 were re-inspections that he had to go back and check some things that didn't pass in previous inspections. As far as projects, the comprehensive plan rewrite, the consultant, they had provided us with the housing element portion of the plan. We distributed that to the steering committee members and also to planning commission members and for their review and feedback. And we also just received the community facilities portion of the plan. That's now on my plate for review ahead of sharing that with the steering committee members. our next steering committee meeting is scheduled for December 5th. And the big news that we have going on here just in the last few days, we have new community development staff. John Miller, who's actually in attendance, has been hired as the city's new community development director, and Erica Beeman was hired as the new rental housing program coordinator. So we've been, working with both John and Erica to get them on board, going over, city policies, procedures, all that fun stuff. And we're very excited to have both of them on board, and very happy to have a full department finally. So that's all I have. You have any questions?
One question, at the work session, not this month, but back in October, when the code enforcement officer was here, we talked about the issue we were looking at with the smoke detectors. Have we made any headway on where we're going with that, or what we decided to do?
For the time being, he's not like necessarily failing them. He's having them put as like pending, pending just I guess more discussion and I guess a final decision on how we want to handle that through mayor and council.
So it's on our end now. It's waiting for
I
us.
actually had my inspections today.
He did say, yeah,
We
he-
had, we talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's waiting on for us to make
Okay.
a decision.
Yeah.
So we need to add that to the work session for December then. Okay.
Yeah. And he had said like there were quite a few on the list of inspections that were failed, and I asked him about what percent were due to the smoke detector interconnectedness, and he said probably about 80% of those. So it looks worse than it is whenever they're marked fail, but they really didn't fail. They're just kind of waiting on more guidance.
So we weren't waiting for word from the state then about that?
But I believe.
No, my understanding was the last time I talked to Jay that the discrepancy with the way that the code is written in the international, whatever the abbreviation is for it, that it seems like when our code was updated, there was like either an extra word in there. It said and instead of or something. That it just looked like a technical change needs to be made on our end.
Yeah, it's like the extra phrase that puts it above and beyond what the national standard is. So we just kind of have to decide how we want to
Okay.
proceed with that or even remove that.
Okay. We'll get that taken care of next month. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good, thank you.
Mr. Miller, welcome aboard as to the city and to your department. You're not obligated to, since it's only your second day on the job, but if you want to, you're welcome to say something. Okay. Next is the finance department.
Good evening. We don't have much to report in finance, which is kind of nice for a change. We are continuing to work on the fiscal 25 year-end reconciliations and schedules for the audit. As I mentioned last month, we did have to file an extension for the audit. It was originally due October 31st. We got a 60-day extension to the end of the year. And the auditors are planning to be on site the week of December 8th. So hopefully we'll get things wrapped up in plenty of time. Along those lines, you will notice on our reports, some of them at the top, others at the bottom, we're still showing that the numbers aren't quite accurate, or not final, because the year-end numbers haven't been finalized yet. Right there in red. The only other thing I have to report is that, as you know, real estate tax bills we issued in July, and we have collected approximately 72% of those billings through the end of October. A reminder that the second installment for our owner-occupied properties is due December 31st, and interest did begin to accrue for non-owner occupied properties and unpaid first installments on the owner-occupied properties October 1st. And we continue to encourage customers to sign up for e-billing for tax and utility accounts by sending an email request to City Hall. Information is available on the website under Finance/Utilities. That's all I have. I'll entertain any questions.
We're close though, right? Even though those aren't the final numbers.
Yeah.
That's right. Figured.
And we anticipate that we won't need another extension. It'll be done by then.
It'll be done.
Okay. I'm satisfied. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next is Public Works.
run through the Public Works Department. Start with Parks and Recreation. With Parks and Rec the past month, it's mostly been buttoning everything up from the summer to get ready for winter, closing up our parks, closing up a lot of our facilities, getting water shut off at different places, getting everything closed. Of course, we had the Halloween parade, and the bulk of what the guys have been working on, other than just close up for season change, is the Lions Park Pavilion. The block, the trusses, the roofing, and majority of the interior work for that building is done. Of course, that was the building that the tree fell on. So that is just about finished, a few interior finishes to do there, and then that building will be ready, and those guys will flip over to the food pantry. The structure of the food pantry is up. Of course, we'll move to concrete and the interior fit out for the winter with those guys. In the water department, a few leaks here and there. We are doing some preventative planning for flushing. Of course, we were still dealing with the big leak we had a few weeks ago, and we have been gradually flushing the system since then. We do anticipate finishing that next week, just to kind of get the system 100% cleared out again after we had such a big leak in the town. Basically went dry.
So the whole city is getting flushed?
Correct. We're just doing it incrementally to
Yeah.
keep it from
Yeah.
getting silty again all at once. So other than the big leak, nothing too major there. We did have one leak out behind the salt dome on 36 as you go to Lonaconing and Midland. In the street department, of course, everything is winter prep, winter prep, winter prep. The salt storage facility is full with salt and grit. All of our plows are back except for one. That truck is actually at the water department because the water department's truck is in the shop. We have salted once already. We're hoping to be able to put it off, but we have officially salted once. And it wasn't too bad, but we're hoping that it doesn't freeze too much tonight, because that'll be the second time. In Public Works itself, of course, we are wrapping up CSO work for the summer, getting ready to start the next two phases of CSO, which is 10B and 10C, which is by Mountain Ridge High School. Those are the two big phases. We did just wrap up phase 10A. We did just have our Maryland Department of the Environment inspection. That went pretty well. A couple things to button up there, and then that project will be done. And then we intend to take the roundabout project out by Frostburg State University to state highway and federal highway approval in the next month, to ultimately take that to bid and go through a groundbreaking in the spring, with bulk of that work happening in the summer. But that project has been held up several times by state and federal highway, so we're not holding our breath. Other than that, it is water preparations for the Frostburg Water Resiliency Project, primarily the test well and well expansion program. The construction road for the well is officially in. We do intend to punch some test wells out of Piney Reservoir within the next 3 to 6 weeks. That way we have some data for January that we can then take to PACE and present on to the state in the hopes of being able to get a production well out there to buffer our system now that we're on again, off again, supplying water to other communities. That is the long and the short of it. If anybody has any questions, happy to answer.
That gate for the edible arboretum, it's still bent on that one end. Wasn't the, I can't remember what they're called anyways.
Yeah,
The landscaping.
They're on the hook to fix it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of one of those things that I think keeps getting forgotten.
Yeah.
So I'll follow up on that.
And I'm wondering if that's the reason why it's not staying closed when we.
Yeah, we're pretty sure it is.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll have to just follow up with them. They're usually great to work with. I don't think it's something that they don't intend to do. I think it's just something that they're not making money on it, so it kind of gets pushed to the side.
Sure, yeah, okay. They just need a reminder or two.
Well, hopefully in winter, that'll be their slow time. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can-
100%.
Two very small things, both related to streetlights. One, have you been in touch with the wreath committee people? Do we know when they're going up and
Not
what
yet.
resources we need for that?
Brian usually coordinates that one, so
Okay.
I'll follow up with Brian. and
Okay.
I
actually be able to
believe
get
they're
some
going
data.
up this Thursday.
Okay.
This Thursday? Okay.
But the banners were taken down this week in preparation.
That was my second question,
Mhm.
okay.
Cool.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thanks.
All right, police department, chief.
Good evening, Mayor Commissioners. I have the report for the police department for the month of October 2025. We had 675 incidents logged, and that's pretty similar to October 24 when we had 567 incidents logged. Pretty diverse array of activity as usual, about 15 arrests of various types. We had 19 well-being checks, 3 emergency petitions, 18 assist other agency incidents, 35 requests for a police officer, 23 logged follow-ups, 29 disturbances of various types, 13 motor vehicle crashes, 2 DWI arrests, and 97 traffic stops. Just kind of a little sampling of the activities we've had and have going on is No Shave November is still continuing, as you can see. Commissioner Grove and I have our matching goatees. Mine will be gone here pretty soon. But again, we teamed up with the Frostburg State University Police and we have selected Lily McCormick, a young girl fighting some cancer, some health issues, as our beneficiary. So there's still time to donate if you want to support. There are a number of donation boxes at different restaurants in town. We can accept donations at the front window, and there's a Venmo link as well. So if you want to support that, we would certainly welcome it and encourage it. We did a prescription take-back event at the Frostburg Elks on DEA National Take-Back Day. We got about 16 pounds. We had about 15 drop-offs and 16 pounds. So I have to give the Elks, Rob Reprian, the exalted ruler of the Elks, a lot of credit for the advertising. He really got it out there. And I actually worked the event, so it was very, very well done, very successful. And I think the folks that run our grant program are happy with that too, or would be. Doing some special enforcement focuses lately, and I say these because part of the grant funding, they want us to advertise it on social media. They want it out there, so we have an officer working extra patrols just for DUI enforcement, or specifically to focus on DUI enforcement. And we also have an enforcement block coming up focused on occupant protection, which is really seatbelts, car seats, and also cell phone usage, that sort of thing. Good good Halloween events from the police perspective. We had the Halloween parade, which was very successful as always, and all the Halloween events at City Place. And we also had the Halloween party at City Hall and the police station. The bridge kids came through, so that was a really neat event. I broke out my old-time police hat, actually probably the original Frostburg police hat that I had reproduced in my cloak, and we had our dispatcher as Mary Poppins, so really nice time, good event. The tree lighting is coming up, as we all know, on November 30th. I mention that because this year the street is going to be blocked off from Main to Ewell, I think, or that area. So that'll be new for us. I think it'll help a lot with the horse and carriage and some of the events. But the new thing will be the blockage and parking, because the meters will be decorated. So I'm working with Brian, the Parks and Rec Director, and the street department on how we're going to do that. Essentially, we're planning to put out cones with some notices midday Sunday so that people know not to park there. Normally, we would bag the meters, but they'll be covered with the decorations. And we have Coco with the Popo coming up very quickly during Storybook Holiday. We're excited about that. And that was, I always got to give the credit, that was Commissioner Grove's idea from day one. It's been our premier event, so we're looking forward to that. Starting at 9, we'll have a brief break for the parade, and then back on at 11 until 3. And then lastly, we'll be doing Shop with a Cop, and I'm very pleased to say we'll have 4 officers that volunteer to participate in that again this year, including yours truly. So we're looking forward to that. So a lot of good things have happened, a lot of good things coming up. Oh, I also wanted to just bring to your attention, one of our police dispatchers is retiring at the end of January in anticipation of becoming a grandmother. So we're excited for her, and I'll perhaps ask you all to recognize her at the appropriate time. Thank you all. And any questions or elaborations, I would be glad to.
2 small things.
Yes, sir.
Under the traffic detail, or under the traffic heading, traffic details is 43.
Yes.
Is that just the daily, Bell Elementary gets out, we're directed traffic? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
okay? So that's not anything.
Yes, typically that is. There might be some rare exceptions occasionally if somebody does like a crossing at St. Michael's on Saturday evening, or maybe a specific event, but the vast majority are
Just every
Mount
day
Ridge and
school
Bell
lets
Ledge.
out
Yes,
kind
sir.
of thing? Okay.
Yes, routine school details.
All right. One last thing. Last month, I brought to your attention a couple citizens had come to me with concerns about the sign defacing of
Yes, sir.
graffiti and signs.
Yes, sir.
Has there been anything on that?
There has not.
Okay.
I have not heard anything from anyone really, potential witnesses or
Okay.
anybody with information. I haven't received any information from anyone about potential timeframes or suspects or anything like that, but I have kind of been keeping an eye out. I've noticed the stickers and that around, but no new leads, no new information.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Anything
Mayor,
else for
no,
Chief?
thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
you all. Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners.
All right, those are all the departments. I would entertain a motion now.
Make a motion to approve the monthly reports for all city departments.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve the monthly reports of the various city departments. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Monthly department reports are approved. Mr. Lindsay, I'll call on you next for the CSO hearing.
I do have one thing to add too before I forget. I know Ms. Mears brought it up last month, but the city has explored a email notification system for residents for emergencies and events that you can subscribe to. It's on the city website. We're still kind of in the test drive phase, but we are working on it. So. Beautiful. Anyways, so CSO projects. We did just go through our Phase 10A, Maryland Department of the Environment, walkthrough inspection, and we do have a punch list of small things to wrap up, but for all intents and purposes, that project is done. We are prepping for 10B and 10C. We are in the final phases of state approval of the winning bidders for those jobs. So we have been given the go-ahead to cut loose about $50,000 worth of funding for both of those projects so that those contractors can order materials and store them on site and then mobilize. They cannot actually start work yet, given the bonding and loan forgiveness phases of those projects, which is a little bit complicated, but they are allowed to spend some money from us in order to get the ball rolling with paperwork. We do anticipate the bulk of those projects occurring over the next 2 summers, so they will be starting in earnest in probably March on both of those jobs. The smaller jobs that we did, 8C and 9D, North Grant and Center Extended, are completely done and wrapped up, other than a few cosmetic things that we will probably wait until the spring to finish anyways, given that grass won't grow now at the moment. Other than that, we are always constantly looking ahead to the next phase of CSO work, which would presumably be either Spring and Hill Street by Frostburg State University or Frost Avenue. To be clear, those projects are probably 3 to 4 years down the road, but we are always working ahead and planning in case we ever have to ask for funding for those projects. So, if there's any questions, happy to talk about it.
By looking ahead, you're not designing it yet? Or,
No.
yeah.
Just trying to get our ducks in a row as early as we can. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. All right, that concludes the required monthly CSO hearing. Nothing under old business, so we'll move on to then item 11, new business, call up resolution 2025-53. Mr. O'Brien.
Sure. As you know, we have to appoint 3 individuals to the Frostburg Board of Elections for the upcoming election that's happening. The individuals that have served in the past didn't renew this year, so we need 3 new individuals. We did put marketing out for it on Facebook and in the paper to see if anybody was interested. We had 4 individuals send in letters of interest. All 4 very qualified, so it was a little bit more of a choice between the 4. The 3 that I put forward to you tonight are Dr. Tom Bowling, Bradley Brandon, and John O'Rourke. The other individual was David
Daniel.
Daniel, sorry. The letters are in the packet if you want to look over everything. But if you have any questions or any suggestions to make any adjustments, we can. But if not, I'd ask for a motion in a second to approve those 3 individuals to the Frostburg Board of Elections.
Just one question. Is it on us to choose one of those 3 to be the chairperson, or is that on them to choose their own chairperson?
I believe they choose their own chairperson.
Okay.
And you're the liaison.
Yes, I'm the staff help, yes.
And were they chosen in the order that their letters came in, or? 'Cause
No.
I was reading them all.
I was just thinking about that almost, but no.
Because it just seemed like only one of them really had experience with elections.
Yeah, with
and they all
actual
seem to be
elections.
pretty similar as far as their background and their interest in transparency and so
Yeah, no,
forth.
it wasn't an easy decision because of that. Part of the reason that we went with, or that I went with the 3, the last candidate happens to work for the bank that does our banking. And while I don't think it's an actual conflict of interest, it does have a feeling for that. It was just a reason to be able to kind of weed somebody out. All 4 of them were great candidates.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-53.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve resolution 2025-53 to fill up the Frostburg Board of Elections. Is there any further discussion or comment among council? Any discussion or comment among the public? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-53 is approved. Resolution 54.
So as part of the upcoming July 4th celebration and the 250th anniversary of American independence, the state of Maryland has put together a 250 commission to encourage people throughout the state to celebrate the 250th anniversary with a focus on ways Maryland has contributed to the nation's history and where we are now. As part of this, we are developing a Frostburg 250 committee to help plan events within the city of Frostburg on and around July 4th in honor of the 250th anniversary of American independence. So we put together a handful of names and reached out to some individuals that were interested in being a part of that planning committee. And this is the list of the individuals represent different areas, different groups within the city. This will not be the only people that are involved in the planning. This is the core committee that you all would be approving to start this. But the committee would be reaching out to others to get involved. And the goal is the more the merrier, to get more people involved, do more throughout the day, throughout that week. And the chair would be Lydia Beeman with the city, formerly Lydia Clark.
To get used to saying
Yes.
Beeman.
So just to clarify, so we solicited people from throughout various aspects of the city. Like, for example, there's a representative from the university here, there's a representative from the business community, somebody from the Frostburg Elks, because it's kind of the museum for the historical aspect of it, so, okay,
And then they gave us a name of who, from their organization or representation, would want to serve.
got it, okay.
If there's no questions, I'd ask for a motion.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2025-54.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve resolution 2025-54 to establish the Frostburg 250 committee. Any further discussion or comment among council? Discussion or comment among the public on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-54 is approved. Follow up resolution 55.
So, one of the things we worked on earlier was to get a Parks and Recreation software that helps with renting facilities. So one of the nice things about the new software is it allows individuals to go online and rent facilities. They can even pay online, so it takes a lot of the back and forth of trying to get like cash payments into the city or checks. But one of the things we're really excited about, it will be allow us to be more efficient with our facilities. So because of the way that this system works, it will be more likely that people would be able to use the same facility in a day because of the way the hours are structured and things like that. And it allows for a wait list. So if somebody were to cancel and you're on the wait list, it would shoot you an email that says, hey, you know, the facility is available, would you still like it? So the goal is if anybody cancels, it's less likely that the facility would sit open. As part of this, one of the things that Parks and Rec was looking at was the fee structure and how we do some of the timing with things. For the pavilions, they were set to be reserved basically for the whole day, even if you're only going to use it for 3 or 4 hours, because it was really hard to try to figure out how to do that. There was also a lot of people that used it like right in the middle of the day that kind of caused issues. This resolution is to change pavilions and athletic fields and courts into a 2-day or half-day structure. You can still run it for the whole day if you're doing something bigger, but for people that are doing like a birthday party at a pavilion, you can either rent it from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 2 p.m. Through the evening to encourage people to adjust their times so that 2 people can use the same pavilion in the same day. It's a little bit cheaper for the individuals that want to use it for a half day. And then for the full day, the price did go up a little bit for the whole day, just to kind of adjust for the fact that you'd be the only one using it when there could be 2 people. So this changes the rates a little bit in the areas in blue. It changes the rates for some things, and it also changes the concept of the pavilions being 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And the rates are still very competitive.
Compared to audience,
Oh, sure.
most of our facilities are some of the best value in the county, especially when it comes to some of the bigger venues. Are there any questions or concerns about the proposed rates or changes?
I move we approve Resolution 2025-55.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2025-55. Any further comment or discussion among council? I really like, and I'm glad that you highlighted it about the rate differential, because before the rate, it was, for a city resident, for example, was $50 a day, whether you used it for an hour or all day. And this way, you can actually get it for $40, so we're actually lowering the price for some people. I really like that. Anything else among council? Comment or discussion among the public on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-55 is approved. Resolution 56.
So as you know, we've contracted out Percy Public Affairs to handle some of our legislative agenda. Rich has been our representative and outstanding in helping us through a lot of different political aspects, especially when it comes to acquiring funding for different things. We've recently been meeting with MDE. He's been a huge help in helping us get some funding and grants for the hydrological study and those types of projects. So his contract is coming to an end at the end of this year, and I think he's worth every penny, to be perfectly honest. So this would be to renew the contract with Percy Public Affairs. There is a small increase in the cost overall for the year, but everything's getting more expensive, so that's not a huge surprise. And this would be to approve that contract through December of 2026.
Yeah, we talked about it at a work session. There was a small, not small, there was a manageable increase in his fees, but due to the work that he does and the other things that he attends on our behalf, I certainly think it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really got us in with MDE when we needed to. Yeah.
Yeah, and also with the governor's inner circle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Any questions about the contract? It is also in the packet if you need to look at it. But you had a copy of work session as well.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-56.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2025-56. Any further comment or discussion among council? Comment or discussion among the public on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-56 is approved. Resolution 57.
So on the topic of increased fees. We've had a request from Michael Cohen with the Law Office of Michael Cohen LLC to have his hourly rate increased from 175 to 185. This is in line with what he charges other cities in the area for services. It is at a discount compared to what he would charge public rates, so he does give us a discount because we are a public entity and a municipality. But he has asked for a slight increase this year. So this would be starting January 1 that the increase would go into effect. Any questions or concerns about that?
Just for clarification, so it's on the record, he also represents the city of Cumberland, right?
Yes.
And is the rate that he's asking us to pay the same that Cumberland pays?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe he said he would normally charge 250 to 300 for any sort of private.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong line of business.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-57.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2025-57. Any further comment or discussion among council on that? Discussion or comment among the public? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-57 is approved. Last one, Resolution 58.
This one is Mr. Clinton.
Ah,
So we have Resolution 2025-58. This is for the reappointment of Conrad Best to the Frostburg Planning Commission. He is the current chairman of the Planning Commission. As of today, his current term has expired, and this would be a resolution to reappoint him for another 5-year term starting tomorrow and ending in 2030, November 19th, 2030. If you have any questions, I'd be willing to entertain those. Otherwise, I'd ask for a motion in a second.
I heartily approve. He's a very conscientious person.
Good guy.
yeah, he is really a good fit for that role. Has done it for a long time.
And he's a Navy veteran.
Yeah, that's true. He still has that bearing.
Yes. I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-58.
Second.
Duly moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2025-58 to reappoint Conrad Best to the Planning Commission. Any further discussion or comment among council on that? Comment or discussion among the public on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Resolution 2025-58 is approved. Thank you, sir. Moving on to item 12, the agenda, discussion item of year-end employee bonus.
Yeah, so we started this conversation at work session and mentioned that we wanted to get some more information together. We're still in that process, so we're going to talk about it tonight, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer of a conversation, and I'd like to get some more information together. Spoke with Amy about it. We do have time to talk about it at the December work session and still make any decisions and cutting checks we need. So we'll essentially table this if you don't have any objections to it. If you have any questions, please let me know, but we'll have a longer discussion at work session.
What other information do you still need?
Really what it is so one of the things we looked at was because of some of the changes with staffing and some of the positions being open, we actually had a bit of a surplus when it comes to salaries. But we were also looking at, this is the first year that we've kind of moved from primarily comp time to overtime. So initial numbers with that have me a little concerned that it'll be a little bit over our budget and would eat into that surplus. And I honestly, we just don't have good enough of a handle on it yet with what we've been looking at. And what kind of direction Mayor and Council want to go with that. Also with kind of how we approach overtime and things like that. So it's a little bit of a bigger discussion. In the end, I think that my suggestion would be that we stick to similar bonuses to last year. But I'd like to make sure I have presented all the numbers to you really well. So.
According to the email you sent, I thought it had pretty much, that was the recommendation that we would go.
And even since that email, when I went to give you guys some more information, some of that's changed. So
Okay.
Yeah, we'll sit and talk.
Okay.
I think specifically the way that some of the departments have calculated their overtime in the last couple of months.
Yeah, our wording of our policy is a little interesting, so it might need to be adjusted to clarify things, and that will kind of dictate where our numbers are. So.
Very good. All right, so we'll table that then to the December work session. That brings us to item 13 on the agenda, open public comment. Time for Frostburg citizens or anyone in the general public to offer comments or testimony. I'll call on Mr. Duggan first. If you come forward, state your name and address for the record, please.
Thank you, Mayor. My name's Dan Duggan, 662 O'Brien Road, Swanton, Maryland, and I'm a candidate for the House of Delegates. Our current delegate, Jim Heinbaugh, will not be running, and he has endorsed my candidacy. A little bit about me: I'm a retired police officer. I'm also retired from the Marine Corps Reserves. I did 20 years with them. My wife and I, Susan, company here tonight, we have 4 children. I've been here in Garrett County. I've been in Garrett County about 40 years, and I'm pretty well known there. I am virtually unknown in Allegheny County. So I'm making my way around to introduce myself and to really just to listen and learn about all the different towns in Allegheny County that are within District 1A, and just get to meet people and get to give you an opportunity to get to know me and know what understand what you guys need should I be elected to the House of Delegates. So any questions for me?
Not really a question per se, but just more of a comment. I understand your comment about kind of being in an unknown in Allegheny County. Allegheny, Frostburg especially, is sort of an unknown quantity in 1A too. It's only been very recently that Frostburg has been a part of District 1A.
About 4 years.
Yes.
And not all of it is.
And not all of it, just half. It's everything. It's from Bowery Street West. Bowery Street West is 1A and including the university campus, so make sure you keep that in mind.
I think it's only
And
this
your
side,
on
this
the
side
north
of Maine.
side. And the north
Right, this side of Maine and
yeah.
Bowery
Yeah.
Street. My wife and I drove the boundary of the entire district about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We spent a Sunday just going pinpoint to pinpoint edge, and it is one weird line.
It's peculiar. Yeah.
It's peculiar for sure. So, but anyways, I'm making my way around to get to try to know people and give you an opportunity to know me, hear what's on your mind. I'm easy to get a hold of. So that is it for right now. I don't have any particular agenda or issue that I am planting my flag on or anything like that. Again, it's just listening and learning at this point, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. All right. Next. Anyone else? Last call for public comment. Seeing none, I have the time as 6:13. Meeting adjourned.